if you did not pay full price for this game and you don't really care about going through all of the stores because they have very similar design choices, so to say, and you can't really cope with any of the more difficult teams, then Team Rose is perfect for you. Well, just very well. Again, how to click the screen so I can actually make the buttons work.
We're up. You can count on me.
Okay, here we go.
I wonder where Sonic is. Oh no!
Isn't it about time to think about something else, Amy? And panty shot.
That was our only clue. You're right. I'm sorry. Nice catch, Sid. Chocolate. Hey, you guys, cheer up. You know we'll find them. No time to waste just standing here. Come on, let's get going.
Whereas Team Sonic was out to save the world, we have to go save our friends, the most important thing in life.
Hello, I'm Untitled. In this stage, you can practice different types of actions. Listen to me carefully, and you will learn a lot. Okay, are you ready to start?
Yeah, back in the day when we had no choice but to actually go through that tutorial stage. Because yes, Team Rose is the tutorial team in case you did not know that.
First, I'll explain the formations. Each formation is different depending on who the leader is. Press the Y button or the X button to change leaders and try different formations. Here we go!
Yeah, like so.
Do you see the blue, yellow, and red symbols in the top right corner of the screen? The blue symbol means the leader is speed type. The yellow symbol means the leader is fly type. The red symbol means leader is power type. The character symbol at the bottom indicates the current leader.
So you can actually skip through the dialogue here, but for the sake of this let's play, I suppose, and
I'll tell you about the formation signals. These signals tell you which formation is most effective from that point. When the signal is blue, speed type leader is recommended. When the signal is red, power type leader is recommended.
okay, I think I'm just going to leave a timestamp in the descriptions if you want to skip this whole thing. But you know, it's time to relax. This is the easy mode after all.
This is the formation change gate. The leader automatically changes when you go through this gate.
My turn.
Like so.
You're in speed formation when the character in the blue symbol is the leader.
Oh, cream.
Fast speed. By changing the leader to the character in the blue symbol.
Yeah, I don't think this is part of the tutorial.
Here we go.
Man, I wonder how that voice came out in the playback.
Now I'll explain the homing attack to you. The homing attack comes in really handy and is used often in the speed formation. So make sure to master this technique. Press the A button to jump.
It's pretty much only used in the speed formation.
While you're in mid jump. That's how to use the homing attack. Now let's try it without spring.
Alley-oop. A bit too far away. There we go.
Now let's talk about rings. These things lined up here are what we call rings. It's important to always have at least one ring with you so you don't lose a life when you take on damage. So don't forget to pick up rings.
And here we have.
The bad guys. Let's get them. Let's try attacking them using the homing attack. Since homing attack automatically targets the enemies for you, it's really easy to attack them.
This is not entirely true. You actually do have to aim with your left analog stick. Because, okay, right here, it does that. Huh. Maybe it does after all, and like you have to only aim for the first robot. I need to try that out. Whoop! Wait, what did the Omo Shell say? Exactly? Oh.
Press the B button to bring everyone together. Once everyone is together, let go of the B button. That's how to attack using Rocket Excel. If you release the B button before everyone is together, you'll do a completely different attack. So be careful. Now, let's try it.
What is this completely different attack which I have to be careful of?
Here we go.
Okay, but yeah. You can see they are all now neatly lined up like this. If cheese will stop acting like a moon around the cream, whatever. Let's go. And that did not do that much. So yeah, so if you like let go of the B button, way. Excuse me. If you let go of the B button midway, you will basically do it prematurely or something like that. The Rocket XL is a bit difficult to explain because it's... oh.
Power core. It's used to level up your character. A blue power core increases the speed type character's level. A yellow power core increases the fly type character's level. And a red power core increases the power type character's level. Level up!
Level up.
Level up!
So as I was saying, the Rocket XL is very much different from the home spin dash, I would say.
Sometimes you can even get power cores by using the enemies. Let's destroy those guys and get the power core. You can check to see which attacks have been leveled up later. Level up!
Got one for cream. So yeah, so normally you might be used to like the speed character or Sonic-esque characters like spin in place and build up speed and just roll straight on through.
I'll explain the fly formation to you. First, change the leader to the character in the yellow symbol. When the character in the yellow symbol is the leader, you're in flight formation. This formation allows you to fly.
Big! Okay, so once again reminding you all of if you feel like skipping this tutorial part, I will leave I have left a timestamp in the description, so yeah. But if you'd like to just see what this tutorial segment is made of, then just stick around, I suppose. No problem.
Here we go! Try Thunder Shoot by pressing the B button while in fly formation. This lets you shoot your teammates at the enemies like balls. Thunder Shoot comes in handy when you want to shock your opponents or when you need to aim for high places.
But at level 2, it can destroy enemies.
Okay, now let's try destroying all of those enemies over there. Here we go! Level up!
Case in point.
Here we go! Yeah, that's right! I'll now explain the last formation called the power formation. The power formation is useful to crush the enemies and rocks with powerful attacks. First, change the leader to the character in the red symbol.
Bacon.
Try pressing the B button and destroy those big rocks and containers over there.
Smash, crush, pound, destroy! Yeah, unless Big is leveled up by one stage at least, he won't do that fishing rod attack. I kind of feel like I'm watching one of those old Disney cartoons for kids. You know the ones. The ones that are basically written and made for 5-year-olds. And they're like, yeah, hey kids, wanna go on an adventure with us? And they like take a moment to let the kids in the audience like yell, yeah! Alright everyone, then let's get moving.
You wanna try some more?
Sure. I got a bit lost in thoughts there because I'm looking at my audio recorder and it might be... Yeah, whatever. I think the volume should be fine.
For the very last special attack.
It's hitting yellow at the very least.
When the gauge in the top right corner is full, then you can attack using Team Blast by pressing the Z button. This is the ultimate attack to use when you're in a pinch. Let's give it a try and wipe those guys out.
Man, those robots just can't get off the spot, huh? You.
Level up.
The gauge for Team Blast is energized by collecting items, rings, defeating enemies, or by using formation action.
The subtitles disappeared before Elmocha finished talking.
Great! I knew you would do just fine. Touch that goal ring over there to clear the stage. Come back anytime if you need to practice. Good luck! All right.
Come back only if you need to be reminded of the controls. Otherwise, you're really just better off playing the stages to see how things work in this game. If you actually sat through all of those 10 minutes, then thanks, I guess. But now for the real meat of this game. Or this story at least. Get to the other side of the sea. Man, are we talking about crossing the the Atlantic Ocean or something? Or the Pacific Ocean? Man, a Sonic game indeed.
Do you want me to break this rock?
Not this one in particular, Big, please. We need them to advance. But so yeah, as you saw when it cuts in, Big was sort of carrying that parasol as some kind of sword, I think, when he put it on his back. So I kind of wonder, would it be really cool if if they made Big into some kind of samurai character, I guess, fighting with two-sword style, fighting with both the fishing rod and the parasol. Oh man. Maybe then he would get a lot more respect than he does in the Sonic fandom. Because, as far as I'm concerned, Big is kind of a character even Sonic Team wants to forget. And that's just a bit unfortunate, you know. I mean, maybe you don't really care about that, but yeah, it's a little bit sad, I think. Because it takes time to create a character, you know, and maybe they could be fun and interesting in their own right, but then you're just but when you decide to just try to end up forgetting them, then yeah, it's a lot of wasted potential, maybe. But again, that's just as far as I know. Maybe I'm just wrong. Because at least according to the wiki page, he was supposedly in Sonic Colors, I think? From what was written there. I don't know what was the latest game Big was seen in, apart from Sonic Heroes. I mean, after Sonic Heroes. Can I... Oh man, it kind of felt like an invisible wall right there. So yes, one thing you might notice is that Amy is not really running as fast as Sonic and Shadow. Which makes sense, I guess. But that could also mean that the increased speed and acceleration for Sonic and Shadow is more for experienced player, I suppose. Because people are already complaining that they think they are far more slippery when compared to previous Sonic games. But really, I really do have an issue with people call the controls slippery in that regard. Because that implies they are just broken and not good, you know, and they needed some fine-tuning. But ultimately I conclude that they're just not good enough to deal with it. They don't have the reflexes and the brain capacity to process the speed, I suppose. I'm not sure if Omachao explained it, but there is a difference to Big right now. Because Big is one of the power characters that if you push the B button in midair, he will do like a ground pound attack. In his case, a belly flop. Could be useful. So, did you notice how long that stage took? Bam, 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 bam.
We're like awesome.
Just below 3 minutes if you don't goof around like I did. So yes, Team Rose, it's going to be a short campaign, really short. And that might be a good thing for now, because I am recording this in the evening and I should not be messing up my sleep schedule too much. And we might take this opportunity to just try to compare the bonus stages with Team Sonic and Team Shadow, or Team Dark rather. Because based on my own observations when I compared Team Sonic to Team Dark, the bonus stages seem to be more difficult to Team Dark. So by that logic, it should be easier here, and shorter. No, Cream. No. Oh boy, I'm on the roof. Well, get down please there, thank you. He's dead, Chocola? No, Big, Chocola is brown. Yeah, I just made fun of Big, as every Sonic fan does. I mean, the voice itself, it does sound like a complete, he does sound like a complete meathead by judging from the sound of his voice. But no, it is established that Big is a really kind-hearted person. I mean, he's friends with the frog for one. Okay, this is actually taking a bit longer than I expected. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, I suppose. Ah, I missed that. Just barely. This should be the end right here, yeah.
All right.
Dun 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 dun. 5. I think the limit is 5 1-ups for these bonus stages. Like, even if you get 60,000 points, you can still only get 5. But I suppose one thing we can talk about right now is something I have sort of already made a video of, is that what exactly is the value people see in silent protagonists when it comes to video games? I mean, looking back to the Legend of Zelda games, like the very first ones, like up until Ocarina of Time, I guess. Apparently Link was supposed to, you know, be the avatar, and the reason that his default name is Link is because he's supposed to be a link to the player. He's supposed to, like, represent you for some reason. Like, you are the hero through him. But you being the hero through a video game character, that basically goes for all controllable characters in every video game ever, you know. And as games evolved and they could become more story driven, it really was about time to move on from that design aspect. I think the whole thing about silent protagonists supposedly representing the player themselves, because Link in the first games, he wasn't really given much of a personality. Like, he was a whoa, oh, I messed up the mechanic there. He didn't really have a personality of his own, so I got a bit trigger happy with the buttons right there, but yeah, I died in Team Rose. This Let's Play session is off to a magnificent start. And it's the first world too. Okay then. But yeah, that did not happen because of a bug. I think I cancelled like Cream's momentum and I pushed the A button to try to fly. And then I immediately let go, so she just fell down. So as I was saying, well, when a silent protagonist like Link doesn't really have a personality of his own, that supposedly helps the player to treat him as a self-insert, like it helps them get immersed with the world of the game. And I think that's dumb. It doesn't have to be like that. I think that controllable character can have a personality of his own, and you are still like able to put yourself in his or her shoes. And I try to think of what you will have done instead. Your choices might be different from what the game decides during the story. Sorry. So when I first played Fire Emblem Awakening and then Fire Emblem Fates, I was really excited to see just what kind of main character Byleth would become in Three Houses. And as some of you might know, I was ultimately disappointed with what they did to Byleth, the controllable avatar in Three Houses. And that's basically, unlike Robin and Corrin, she was not given proper voice acting, nor was she really given a defined character, so to say. Well, yeah, she actually was given a defined character somewhat, in that because of story circumstances, she started off as a supposedly emotionless lone wolf. And the whole shtick about Byleth's character is that she eventually becomes more emotional and more expressive. But yeah. It did not turn out well, because when you compare Byleth to the other defined characters in the game, and you realize just how insignificant she really is when it comes to the whole writing aspect of Three Houses, because the game treats Byleth as she's a very important character, which she is. But because of the design choice of making her a silent protagonist, they aren't fully able to capitalize on that. So in summary, wait, let's Eggman have his little dynamic right here. But before I end that sort of tangent, I should say that silent protagonists do work in some games, or like maybe not exactly work, but it's okay that they exist within certain games, such as Dark Souls and Monster Hunter World, because I recently tried out Monster Hunter World, and you basically take control over your typical avatar. Like you can customize the character's look, you can choose gender and all the like. and they don't have a background, established background, nor a defined character, nor really any relationships with any other character you meet later on in the game. So if a game has to do silent protagonists, nowadays at the very least, that's how you do them. Just a complete blank slate. Of course, I would have preferred it a lot more if the avatar in Monster Hunter had a defined character, but like I said, if you're gonna do silent protagonists, then that's how you do them. Not like in Three Houses. It's just stupid for games like Three Houses. And I think I could have gotten him there in one cycle, yep.
Huge birdie.
I sacrificed some of my aggression for my commentary. So that's why I ended up with a B, because I did not get him in that first cycle.
Amy, are you sure Mr. Sonic is here? No doubt about it. My heart is never wrong. Then it must be so. What I
Do I smell sarcasm?
The buildings are so tall, it's making my head spin.
Doggy, where are you?
Oh man. Maybe I should have practiced trying to do a decent big impression before I started this. Because oh, sorry about that. Because believe it or not, I have actually been during middle school and high school, people have been telling me that I somehow have a knack for good voice acting. Like they thought I sounded like certain characters in like Norwegian dubs of certain series. Like I think one was Shang from Mulan, like the Norwegian dub of Mulan. There was a girl who thought I sounded a lot like the Norwegian voice for Shang. See if I can actually make a good impression this time after all these years. I mean, this was back when I was 17 actually. That somebody thought I sounded like Shang in the Norwegian dub of Mulan. So let's see. Jeg vil ikke ha noen bråkmakere her på min leire. Something like that. But that's... I don't know about you guys, but when I talk and then I listen to myself in like a playback, I think I sound a lot different on recording than I do when I listen to myself as I talk in the moment. And I think that actually could be a problem because just because I think I sound like someone, like if I try to do an impression, I can't really say for sure that I sound like them even if I think so. So what I need to end up doing is talk into the microphone, listen to the playback, and see if I actually do sound like the impression I'm trying to make of someone. And most of the time, that really isn't the case. I have to like adjust my voice after listening a lot. So that might be it for most people, but maybe not for you, I don't know. But me and voice actor, sometimes I wonder because honestly I have been told quite a few times by people that I have somewhat of a soothing voice. At least when I'm speaking in Norwegian and not butchering the English language. Like when I was 19 and I went to a taekwondo camp, a martial arts camp, if you don't know what a taekwondo is. There was one boy. He said, if I did like audiobooks, he would listen to me. And I was like, okay, that's very kind of you to say. Is my voice really that appealing to you? And I was like, yeah. So Amy's tornado attack, she would actually send one flying with her hammer. And something I did not show off. I don't think that... Maybe the tutorial did teach me, I don't know. I don't know. But if you jump without letting go of the A button, she would like do this twirl in midair. And you could like gain some extra air with that, which could be useful. But yeah, when it comes to voice acting, I'm actually really impressed with how it is that people can actually have more than one role within the same project. Like, if you've been playing Three Houses, and what was I gonna say? Yes, if you've been playing Three Houses and you've been yes, you can't get on that if you go too fast. This one in particular, huh? But yeah, if you've been playing Three Houses and you know the characters Caspar and Lawrence in the English version, I was actually surprised to find out that they both share the same voice actor, and that the voice actor is that talented to use those two different voices.
I just knew we could do it.
Yeah, I was a bit slow there. And that's just really impressive, you know, because they sound so different. I would have never imagined that Caspar and Lawrence have the same voice actor. But that's just a plus for the studio, you know. They save time and money because they don't have to look for as many people for voicing their characters. The same with Fire Emblem Fates, because the character Hayato and Saizo, if I'm not mistaken, they also share the same voice actor. But Saizo has like this really deep, stoic voice, and Hayato is a young boy, so he has to sound like a young boy. Let's see. That was completely pointless, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. If it was anyone else but you, I'd say that was a complete waste of my time. Something like that. I don't really think I can do Hayato's young, squeaky voice without raping any ears. I should be using the B button more often now, because for some reason with Amy's naturally slower speed, my thumb just doesn't feel as compelled to mash that button. Whereas some people might find some comfort in Amy's slower speed, I somehow find it demotivating. And I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I'm used to faster. So in that regard, maybe I should be grateful that Team Rose is not as long. Or maybe like the shorter stages compensate for her slower speed. Maybe that's the logic behind it. I was just 260 points shy from 5 1-ups instead of just 4. Oh well. Can't win big every time, I suppose. You can't win big. interesting starting point for this stage, and I think those also contained power-ups, so... Oh yeah. Oh no, maybe just for cream, huh? That's that's when you know this is the easy mode. When the stage gives you power orbs to the max before you even see an enemy. You got it, Amy. So once again, what exactly is the deal with professional Let's Players and them finding it difficult to play games? I mean, boring maybe. I mean, it can become stale if you like play games every single day. So that I can understand, but difficult? No, bullshit. Like if you earn a lot of money from doing this, especially during these times, there really is no reason that you should just stop halfway into a game, you know, as a professional channel. There really is not, especially not for games like Sonic Heroes. This game is easy. And it is somewhat refreshing whenever I see people admitting that they suck at this game. And that was the reason they could never finish it. Because my good friend from high school, my impression, maybe he is not that good at games. I mean, last I remember, he was trying to do a button mashing segment, but he was slow, man. But that's just whatever, you know. You can still have fun playing games even if you suck at them. Can I even say that word right? Suck. Like, I've been listening to myself whenever I say the word suck on recording. It sounds more like I'm saying suck, something like that, yeah. Sucking. Ugh. Man, keeping my accent in check can be so bothersome. This is... It becomes so slow if you actually try to... Just when I was about to complain about that. Not that it's a legitimate complaint though, because I could just skip those balloons if I wanted to. You mean, who exactly? You're, like, when you see Sonic and the others again, you're gonna brag about it? Is that it? And another... Did I... No, what? Did I once again not get the first emerald? And that's Team Rose too. Was it because I forgot to pick up a key, or was it because I actually got damaged and lost it? I totally did not get the first emerald this time either.
Gotcha, my darling Sonic.
I will say it's the Let's Play curse, but that's just straight up forgetting about it, I guess. But if I need to do the last story, then I'll just do it off screen, because there's really no reason to show it on camera if I don't have to.
Amy, knock it off! There's no time to play!
Give up. This time you're mine.
Tornado tactics.
Doggy, where are you?
Come on. Tornado tactics is the best. Okay.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, we got this.
And we never saw Froggy or Choco.
Oh, there you are, Knuckles. I thought you fell off. Shit. And
Froggy and Cola. You won't get away with it.
I actually lost.
Amy, knock it off. There's no time to
That's
play.
embarrassing. Let's try again. Okay. Maybe I just should use cream.
Froggy, where are you?
Because aim is tornado is kind of slow, I suppose.
We played with Sonic, and we never saw Froggy or Choco.
You're dead, Knuckles.
We did it!
Yep. So maybe for Team Rose, don't use Amy. That should be an A.
We're sorry, Team Sonic.
Wow, she actually called them Team Sonic. Such a weird logic too. Like instead of talking it out, they just
I can't
beat each other up.
so we could get away. Mr. Sonic must be really... Really? What? Nothing. Now I know what to do. Find Eggman and I'll find my Sonic. You all ready?
Maybe he found a new girlfriend. What?
Look at all
Amy activates the yandere mode. She has a hammer after all. Which is just as threatening as a knife, I would say. No. So yeah, the allegedly painful pinball stage should be a lot shorter for this mod too.
right and left to affect the direction of the ball. Here we go!
The speed character is supposedly the easiest to control. And I'm just missing all of these flippers, that's good. But we can make a comeback. No, speed arrow please, no, okay. Up we go. No, not quite. There we go. And let's move on.
Here we go!
My turn. Got it.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like arcades are becoming a whole
My head's spinning.
are becoming extinct basically. Like I remember there was this amazing arcade in my city. Like in Oslo. And like it was so big and I was so small and I would just run around and climb on top of arcade cabinets and it was just such a cozy atmosphere. And what? 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 Okay. I guess the slot machine just wanted to make sure I was getting that sort of payout. I don't know why it just reset like that. Maybe it was because the other characters entered all of a sudden. Because I guess Knuckles is 30 rings and I got 90 because there were 3 of us inside. But yeah, that really made me sad when that arcade disappeared. And instead it was replaced by a generic slot machine hall. I could not play with those, you know. I'm underage.
Woohoo!
So it was from that one place in particular that
Super happy.
I remember the arcade shooting game, The Ocean Hunter. I never beat it once. I only got past the first boss, and then I ran out of money. And Mom was unfortunately too strict, and she will not let me play more. But when I turned 10, I actually saved up. So yeah, when I was 10, I actually played House of the Dead 3, the House of the Dead 3 arcade cabinet someplace else. And eventually, me and 2 of my other friends, for some reason, we decided that we wanted to see that game beat. So what we actually did was gather money together and have me beat the game alone. For some reason. I'm not sure why. But because there could have been 2 of us playing at the same time and maybe like switch out for each continue. But yeah, I do remember that for some reason we decided that I was the one to beat the game. But I guess that means they trusted me to be the best player, and we wanted to save the money for that. Because I guess the enemies become a bit tougher to kill when there are 2 players playing, I think. They have a little more health, maybe. So maybe my 2 friends thought they sucked too much and they will just be wasting money by playing themselves. But yeah, we actually did, or I actually did manage to beat House of the Dead 3 thanks to the money we gathered. But as a 10-year-old, pumping that shotgun was heavy. Really heavy. And I had to do it like after every 6th shot, you know, so it's just like yeah. So by the time I beat the final boss, I actually fell down. I was like, my arms so tired from shooting zombies. And maybe that was the moment I should have realized that I should have taken the judo classes more seriously. But how could I? I don't know about you guys, but when I took I think I tried out the judo when I was 7 years old. And the other kids in my group, man, so many of them were just undisciplined and so... Did I just go through that? I don't think I was supposed to go through that. But yeah, so... But when it comes to like group activities like that, be it martial arts or a music class, it can be very difficult to be the serious kid in class because oftentimes there are so many kids who just can't sit still and they have to make noise, and the teacher has to spend so much time getting them to calm down so we can move on with the program. And that's probably one of the reasons I actually quit the judo, because oh, okay. So that might actually be one of the reasons I quit, because I was tired of the other kids not behaving themselves, and I just felt like I was wasting my time, and it at the very least felt demotivating to me. The same with the piano classes I tried to take when I was 11 years old, I think, in 6th grade. Most of the kids would just mash on the piano, and like not quite down when the teacher was trying to explain music theory and stuff like that. But kids will be kids, you know, so I can't exactly hold it against them that they were just hyperactive. But if any of you guys have felt the same pain as me, then yeah. All I'm saying is I feel you, man. I feel you. Let's get up there. Relax. Get rid of that. Shit. Up we go. Oh no. Oh, missed my opportunity. There we go. That wasn't so bad. Team Rose really does make me feel like I'm watching one of those Saturday morning cartoons specifically made for five-year-old kids. Can you tell me? Can you tell us how many robots are on the screen? Yes, you're right. There are exactly 5. But what should we do to take them out? Yeah, precisely. Destroy them all. And that probably will never have been a scene for those kind of cartoons, because destroy might be too much for the kids to handle. Gotta keep things family friendly and all that. Let's just use the team last and get a free level up. Because yeah, Team Rose's team blast. It destroys all enemies, and after that, you are granted 1 level up to each character, a shield, and temporary invincibility. There isn't much more you could ask for. So easy mode indeed. I can't believe the final boss someone did on this, oh my god. Like how, just how? Especially with a team blast like that. And I have failed. Let's try to not be big for that. I wasn't put too far behind, was I? If I was, I'll just cut ahead. Yeah, I think I decided to cut ahead. Let's be aiming this time. Because I do think that generally it is easier to control the ball when you are the speed character. Or maybe not? Like, I completely understand when people have an issue with the pinball stages, because it can indeed be a bit unpredictable. The controls, they can indeed be a bit unpredictable. But more often than not, you should be okay. Because as they say, if at first you don't succeed, or rather, keep failing until you succeed. Just to summarize that. And I get it, sometimes, you know, you're not really in a hot mood, so to say, when you play, start to record a Let's Play session like this. Because, personally, I'm actually totally fine with just listening to people and not really talking about, or energetically talk about stuff, you know. Him again. Oh, great. Whatever. Reminds me of... I remember there was at least one moment in Pokemon where Ash and his friends were like, oh, it's just Team Rocket. Pikachu, use Thunderbolt, please. And that was the end of them for that moment. That was basically big right here. Oh, it's him again. Great. So as I was saying, I think it's totally fine if you don't always provide energetic commentary for Let's Plays like this. Because especially for Sonic Heroes, there really isn't, when you're commentating alone too, at the very least. There really isn't that much else to talk about this game. Because we're back to the same stages, and we're back to the same spiel. There is hardly anything different here. And it... wait, let's... Just pushing the A button. Just pushing the A button. No. You should be aiming with your left stick. But this is a legitimate problem people can have with this game, in that it just feels like padding. That we have 4 teams going through the same stages, but the only difference is that they are either longer or shorter, or they have special quirks to them. Maybe they felt like they needed to save time in order to like release this game on time for some reason. But ultimately, it probably would have been a lot better if the different teams actually had different stages too. Maybe not that all stages were completely different. Like maybe they could share like a world of 2 stages, but then there's one world, 1 or 2 worlds that are like unique to each team. That could have helped fix this issue, which many people have a problem with.
Man, there sure were lots of them.
Yeah, man, I'm just not playing as aggressive tonight for some reason. But we are like halfway.
I smell soggy.
She says Chakula is closed. All right, let's go.
It might be because of it might be because I let the tutorial stage play for this story, but this is actually taking longer than I expected for some reason. I mean, I did die a couple of times for stupid reasons. Reasons were my fault, just to make that clear. But it's still stupid because a player like myself should not have let that happen. Rail Canyon. Ugh. I mean, what exactly is so stressful about this stage when it comes to Team Rose? It's short and sweet, it's not as fast. But I seriously don't understand people who say that a game like Sonic Heroes is stressful. Because this game does not exactly force you to go fast, you know. You can take it slow if you want to. Like so. But Amy can actually not do the light speed dash, which is just disappointing, but I figured maybe that's another design choice to make the stages easier, so you don't have another mechanic to keep in mind. Sorry. I actually do kind of want to go fishing. Oops, let's get that, just for the level up. And as you saw right there, the moment I landed, you could see Amy like blast off to the side. But that is honestly something you have to get used to with this game. And if you want to like control your momentum like that, you just jump, you know, the moment you hit the ground. Because somebody was like trying to explain why they designed for the game to work like that. In that for a game like Sonic games, they want you to go fast, so they implement certain physics which allow you to keep your momentum going. Such as when you land on the ground, you will that momentum will carry on, and you will still move quickly, whereas you might expect it to hold still for a moment. And that can honestly throw you off guard the first few times. But at some point you really should get used to it, you know, and if you feel like slowing down, just jump the moment you land, you know. So yeah.
We're like awesome.
That sort of stuff happening, it really is a very shallow complaint to make. Because as you probably know, there really is no perfect game out there, like in theory at the very least. So by that you pretty much have to expect that not all games can cater to your needs specifically. I mean, there is a reason why some people like enjoy shooters, but for some reason they might not like to play RPGs or fantasy games. But that is still. I'm really not focused right now. Maybe it's because I was eating too much before this recording session. I do feel a little tired. It's been a long day, I suppose. So what was I saying? But yeah, when you like go into a new game, you have to expect to learn the ropes for new mechanics here and stuff like that. Because when I was first playing Sekiro, one of the reasons I struggled so much during my first playthrough was that I still did not understand the significance of actually blocking the attacks. I thought that for many cases, I thought that it would be better in all cases to actually attack all the time and keep blocking to a minimum, or deflecting rather, as it's called. So that was probably the main reason I struggled against the final boss of the game, because I during the second phase did I just go through that those bounce orbs. So yeah, because during the second phase of the final boss, I actually had a much easier time when I kept offense at a minimum and actually focused more on defense. That way I actually managed to make it past that phase. So by the time I reached the third phase, I actually managed to beat him without dying. And that's also a moment where it's unfair to criticize the game for it, because the game actually does go out of its way to explain that you can defeat enemies by blocking enough times, because there's a mechanic called posture in that game. And if the enemy's posture is broken, then you can instantly kill them. And you can break postures by successfully deflecting attack by pushing the block button at the right time. So really, Sekiro might just be a kind of game where you don't have to attack in order to beat an enemy. You can just block your way to victory, basically, I think. But the benefit of attacking in that game is that because if you don't block attacks often enough, or like
Must be the
the more health an enemy has, the easier it is for the enemy to regain its posture. So, stupid Lance. So ideally, you have to hit the enemy a few times to get its health down, so it becomes more difficult for the enemy to regain its posture. So when that's done, you could basically be focusing on blocking, so that the posture gets broken, so you can deal a death blow, as the game calls it. There is actually one boss in particular where I did find where it does seem like the whole shtick about it is to focus mostly on deflecting in order to beat it the best. I probably should not have done that, because now I can't reach that. At the very least, it was not a bottomless hole, so I'll take falling onto an enemy. How did I miss that with his big body? That's my question. Okay, so we're about 2 minutes into the stage, so we should be done soon. When we got... Did I just belly flop the air right there? Or was it barely on the ledge? But it did seem like I belly flopped the air. Yeah, I think the gold ring is in sight. Indeed. And A.
Super duper happy.
We haven't found Froggy yet, Big. Oh, and we're back to in the dumps again. Sometimes you just gotta escape reality for a moment, you know. If you live life being weighed down by your feelings all the time, you're gonna break, man.
something weird in there.
You need a distraction here and there.
Excited with Chocola very soon.
Froggy too?
Let's do it before Sonic does. Then he'll be head over heels for me.
Ready, old cannon! Open fire!
That's just a weird moment right there. Froggy 2? Man, no wonder it's so easy to make fun of Big like that. In that he's acting brain dead. Let's just get this. I kinda wanted that to be for Amy, but fine. We got one right here. Get the wings. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Stop right there, criminal scum! But it will. But mash, but mash, but mash, but mash, but mash, but mash. But mash, but mash, but mash, but mash, but mash. I'm gonna stop that. But yeah, name the name of that Let's Player if you can. I'm not gonna die here. It's totally possible.
We got him now, didn't we? Amy, I can't get away.
We gotta catch him.
Don't be hasty, Amy. Not until we see that Eggman pummeled to dust, which should happen any moment now. This is awkward. This is really awkward. But we did it.
You'll pay for this.
I think I actually fell down there too.
All right.
That should be an A. Yeah.
Let's go look for Froggy and Chocola now.
But first... Why, you little...
Stupid copy.
For some reason, I want to see Amy strangle that that head. Okay.
Chow now. But why? I'm not really sure, but bet you Dr. Eggman has something to do with it, and we're not gonna let him get away with it. Come on, let's get out of here.
Okie dokie.
Man, I feel like they're taking Eggman pretty lightly when they think that he has a reason to just kidnap a child like that. Froggy, maybe Eggman is like hoping for another Chaos Emerald stuffed inside his tummy.
You all ready? Chocola.
Froggy.
And that could not have been healthy, you know. That Chaos Emerald was stuck inside his tummy for a long time.
Feels good.
But what do I know how the stomach of frogs work?
There's a frog over there.
Apparently, according to My Hero Academia, what was the name of the frog character again? Like Asui, or was it? No, I think Asui was the surname, but let's just say Tsuyu. Yeah, Tsuyu. Well, according to My Hero Academia, that character is able to store things inside of her stomach because she is a frog. Or her quirk, rather, is that she has the biological capabilities of a frog, basically. So maybe Froggy was just fine after all, having that emerald stuck inside his tummy for so long.
Here we go. Ready anytime.
I mean, the only real problem was that Froggy also swallowed some of Chaos, so he got his tail, and that made him go bananas. Things became a little chaotic. Things became of disorder and disarray. Man, brain scratches over the verbal Sonic. It's just great, man. Die.
Level up. Ooh. Got it.
It's a bit of a shame that we can't use the parasol
Should I stir it?
after jumping off of a spring.
Flower? Wow. I can't believe this flower can actually fly.
Stranger things have happened, Amy. Stranger things have happened. I mean, it will be strange for us, but you know. Video game character, you should be surprised by more. For good measure.
You're right.
You.
We did it!
Suddenly rain. Sun shower. Those are always beautiful. And I get really upset when it feels like I miss out on beholding all of it when it happens outside. I just like rush towards the window and I'm like, oh, I didn't get to see all of it. But yeah, just the image of a golden sky, of a golden sky letting sparkling raindrops pour down. Just something so soothing about that. Nature can indeed be beautiful. I wonder if I should, like, I kind of want to showcase an image I like a picture I took with my phone. In that there was this really pretty rainbow which like struck down on an illuminated mountaintop in the place where I live. But if I do that, I might actually risk people figuring out where I live, and that will not be too comforting for me. But maybe I can like edit the photo so they are not able to tell, and that it's just another sky with another mountaintop. I hate this part. So slow, tick tock. We're getting sleepier by the second. Sleepy, sleepy. When I snap my finger, you will spin me right round, baby, right round. Like a record, baby, right round, round, round. Huh, I didn't actually know you could build up this much momentum by just holding the left stick in one direction. You learn something new every day. Do I have to like jump off? I can never seem to get through that. I kind of just want to skip these bonus stages, maybe next time. Because there isn't much point really. I'm not suffering for lives. And they're not exactly fun in particular because I do think that Amy is actually running slower than Sonic and Shadow. Even in these stages. Ow.
Alright!
So yeah, not even counting the tutorial stage, we're actually more than 1 hour into recording this.
I wonder if Froggy is here in this jungle.
Everybody look out! Okay!
Okay,
Shit.
okay.
Here we go!
Bye,
Gotta stay focused. Perhaps the bell flop. Okay, the hammer. So yeah, when people are complaining about the camera in this game,
Real Froggy is near.
the game does indeed have a few spots where it seems like the camera is just zooming in for no good reason, and that was one of them. Because even if I was even when I was rotating the camera around, I still wasn't able to get a good view of the robot. A fair complaint indeed. But there really is a difference between, like, making a complaint like that, like humbly, and just move on. And then there's just stroking your ego for no good reason.
The cute rabbit can do it.
Like, eventually it's just like, stop, dude, we get it already. Just move on, for fuck's sake. But you know, some people have pretty low self-esteem and they can only... and they get a whole lot of enjoyment tearing some other stuff down. While somehow claiming to be... try to spread positivity in this world. Ugh. It is basically just like what some Call Me Johnny said. There's only so much you can bitch about before coming off as a complete fuckwad. At some point you gotta stop, you know. I mean, in regards to the same topic, I suppose. if new stuff happens, then you know, you can voice your complaint. One more time. And just be on your merry way after that. But it just gets annoying, you know, when you like cling onto the same problem for so long.
Wow, you're right.
But people really do that all the time when it comes to anonymous internet comments, you know, and forums like that. I mean, I also like sort of go around in circles and repeat problems I have been talking about before. But I tend to do so in places where I'm not exactly showing my beliefs down other people's throats. So like the only instance where I'm actually being very aggressive when writing to other people is if they approach me. Most of the time, sometimes I do approach and I like confront other people in the comments if I believe something they write is just utterly bullshit or just plain ridiculous. But let's set that aside for now and actually try to nab this emerald, because this is what I don't have. Oh my god. Should I try to build up orbs first? Or... maybe I should have just stuck to tapping the button instead. Because I had a feeling that I will be screwed over the moment I finish that turn. But we got it. Still can't believe I somehow missed the first one once again! And a Team Rose, no less. But here we go. Another team battle.
Excuse me, miss. I was wondering if I could ask you something.
If it's about a date, it'll have to wait.
Jade! You think this is a joke, you little brat? Now hand over that chow nice and easy.
I bet you're the ones who took chocolate chow.
What?
It's not nice to tease my friends.
Yeah, time to rock and roll.
I mean, if people in Yu-Gi-Oh can like try to set aside the differences for a card game, I don't see why a royal beatdown is not as good.
There's gotta be a major misunderstanding here, but we can't back down now.
You won't lose to a bunch of losers like you.
Oh snap!
Not even serious enough.
Where are you?
Let's go.
I failed! Oh yes, Bill. Oh, that's Amy. It was like, whose side are you on, big boy? Oppo, Oppo. Oh no,
Nice
he's lost.
my friends.
Friendship, the power of friendship. The ultimate plot device in any fiction ever. But on a serious note, I do love power of friendship in fiction, but some stories, they abuse the plot device.
I think we're lost.
And that's just lame.
This is creepy. Come on, you guys. Don't you want to find Chocola and Froggy? We
Uh-huh.
can do this.
I've got a good tuck for all of us. What's that?
It really is difficult to take Big seriously. Poor guy.
I'll do my peering in.
Get down. Oh man, I nabbed another key.
I'm falling.
Thankfully, you can just crit out of the bonus stages once you enter them. You don't have to.
What?
You don't have to complete them or let the time run out, thankfully. So I think I just might do that because
you guys want to try
Because
it?
then I don't have to show you what happens when I'm not as focused. And I will just give people more reason to hate Sonic Heroes and say, you can't get past the slipper controls either. You are running out into those bombs just as much as anyone. Everyone, yeah. Oh my god. Hoppo! There's no escape, Mr. Wizard. Hello. Bye. Is there a balloon up there? Yes, there is. Up we go. Oh, shoot. I mean, just look at that. Look at that. It hurts to watch. Sorry. I had to do something mentally there. To get that feeling out of my system. Because they totally did that on purpose. They totally did. And I'm not sure why. Yoo-hoo! That's a robot.
Be careful not to fall off.
It's like I've never seen one.
Here we go. All right. I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Here we go.
Do people still like watching horror movies when going out on a date?
Fall off.
You know, just so the girl basically has an excuse to cling onto the boy's arm or something like that.
All right.
Maybe not necessary. And what does the girl feel if the opposite happens? It's the boy who gets scared and is like, hold me, mommy! You either find it cute or you find it pathetic.
Super duper happy.
Probably cute most of the time, I guess. But you know, the norm is that the boy has to be strong and be the protector of the family. And how could a girl expect you to protect the family when you're scared of fiction? Maybe it's time to find another date then. That got a bit depressing, so we're just gonna quit this. And head on over to Mystic Mansion. Dun 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 dun.
Okay, we're finally inside. I'm kind of scared.
Don't worry, I'll be right by you.
You're dead!
My turn.
Just like what happens in every horror movie. The brave, likable guy always gets killed. Always. So if you get emotionally invested in that character, you're wasting your time, man. There's never a good ending for those people. Oh.
Everybody, look out!
Okay,
Here we go.
Ooh.
All right, I'll do it. Here we go.
I just want to take this moment and... oh man, that dead stare of Big's eyes and that sound effect.
Oh no!
There's just something so beautiful about that. I think, anyway.
We don't know what this switch could trigger.
It's Reverse Super Mario 64. Where the paintings do become alive. Down we go. That's a weird voice clip too. Oh, that was a bit loud on the playback, I think. I don't think my voice came out well there. I'm not sure if I should adjust this, because
Use the brake and jump. The B button.
I never had to before. Anyway,
Got it.
it seemed fine when I was testing it.
Uh-oh, we're gonna hit it.
Yeah, but ideally, according to the
I'll do my best.
voice recording program I'm using, my voice, the decibels should not reach like the orange part. It should stay at the yellow area at maximum. If not, my voice may come out a bit wrong,
Got it.
basically.
All right. Here we go. Here we go.
Ooh.
All right.
But yeah, we should be able to finish this in less than 2 hours. We should.
Kinda super duper happy.
We still haven't found Froggy yet, Big. Please stop reminding me. And I wasn't really trying to do a big impression right there, so just so you know. Because quite frankly, I'm not sure how right now. And as I said, I probably should have practiced it before we start this.
Mustache monkey, you took Chocola and Froggy, didn't you?
What I did, then what?
Please return to
Real gangster.
Give back, Froggy.
Get them.
So Froggy is basically Princess Peach.
Let's do this for Chocola and Froggy. Are you ready? Absolutely.
Okay, dokie. Level up.
Smash them all.
So it seems to automatically attack the enemy you are currently attacking if you just push the A button without holding a direction. But after a robot is destroyed, you have to use the left stick to aim for the next one.
Sorry. Yahoo!
Let's see. Yeah, there are a lot of enemies right here, so Amy can become a bit confused as to which one to target if you don't use the left stick properly. Like that, yeah. I wasn't holding any direction there, but she decided to just go for
There.
the pink ones.
There's so many of them.
Never fear, Big. Just come and get some. Can't touch this. Do 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 do. Can't touch this. Do 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 do. She's just standing there, menacingly.
Enough already.
I think that should be it, actually.
This is only the beginning.
Or not? Yeah,
Get
yeah.
too excited, boys. Those were the easy ones.
All right.
Those were indeed the easy ones. You understand that once you move on to the other stories.
Robot freaks are so disgusting.
Yeah, you tell them. But robots' lives matter too. Egg Fleet, the final zone in this game. Yeah, this is definitely not going to take 2 hours.
Witness this invincible battleship built by the hands of a genius. Its power unmatched throughout the universe.
If you want to fight, you've got one. Let's get that loaded.
Whew.
We're flying so high. It's kind of scary.
I see nothing but clouds. Better not fall off.
They speak as if they just noticed that they're this high up on the air.
Not bad.
Which kind of makes me wonder how they got up here in the first place. Maybe there was some magical portal inside the mansion or something like that, I don't know. And yes. I kind of expected that to happen, honestly. Because Big's model is actually quite big. Yeah, no pun intended. So I need to watch that on playback, because if I did hit the rails with his feet, or like his feet, his bottom, I don't know, his crotch at the very least, then I should have landed on top of it. But if not, if I just stop doing that. If I just touch the side with his body, then yeah, then yes, it's that's pretty much why I fell down. But to be perfectly honest, it did seem like I was supposed to be able to land on that. But you know, it was the very beginning of the stage, so I can't really complain in that regard, even if I were trying to go for the A ranks, because I guess that's I think I mentioned it briefly, but that really is one of the problems with this game when it comes to A ranking, because Sonic Heroes does indeed have occasional problems like that, problems which can get you killed. And when some stages just last that long, you know, there really is no wonder that it becomes intimidating to go after A ranks, because one fail and you basically have to do the entire 9-minute stage and stuff like that. But whoa. But even for Team Dark, that really should not be that big of a problem, as you probably could tell from my own Let's Play. You should be able to like get A ranks for each stage at least once, so you don't have to do it again. And these problems honestly don't occur that often. But because they do sometimes, then people are of course just going to hate the game for it. But if they had to hate the game for it, at the very least bring in the problem with A ranking then. Because in terms of just completing the stages, the game really does provide you with enough lives to get through this. I see no reason that you should be unable to, at the very least, complete the stages. But when you speak of the A ranks, it becomes more understandable why these random problems can be upsetting to people. Because once again, you can't just because you can't excuse something from happening. For games, at the very least, that doesn't necessarily mean that you should just outright hate it for it, you know. Because sometimes you do have to take it into consideration when the game was developed. I mean, even good games like Super Mario Sunshine has a few occasional problems. I mean, yeah, I've seen it. I've definitely seen it. But aside from the blue coins, that game just doesn't get as much hate for some reason. Probably because it's a Mario game, to be perfectly honest. But nowadays we really have reached. But nowadays we really have reached a point where if these problems which exist in Sonic Heroes were to still persist in more modern titles, then it's about time to complain, you know. Because at some points at some point, you gotta iron these things out.
We did it!
Because modern AAA title games usually have more content to deal with, you know. So if these problems occur in the entire longer campaign, so to say, these problems which existed in previous games, and for some reason were not fixed, yeah, then I understand that it's about time to complain. But still, there's no reason to be an overly sensitive, egotistical fuckwad about it.
Here we are. Quite overwhelming. I've gotta pull myself together.
Stay on target, Big. Stay on target. That's the way.
If we just stand here, the ground may disappear. Better get going.
Big, by the time you finish that sentence, I'd probably already be falling. Sometimes you gotta just speak quickly, you know. Oh, there we go. Yes, there it is.
Level up.
Alley-oop. Whoop. Also, Amy cannot triangle jump on the walls. So that's another mechanic you don't have to keep in mind of. Like seriously, if people can't play games like Sonic Heroes, how can they play modern games? Just how? I miss Omega and Knuckles already. Should probably not try to do that battle flop because that hammer can be a big problem indeed. Up we go. So right there, I did not touch anything, and the game was still able to, and the game still let me just land on the rail. I think that even if I was to touch anything, I still will not be able to move in the air. The goal ring might just be around the corner, past this guy. Boom. Oh my god! Amy does indeed belong in JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. I gotta kill! Oh yeah. Whoa! I like the sound of that. Ooh hee! Jesus! Once again, no wonder they make fun of Big like that. And we are done. Bum ba da da.
We're like awesome.
That's an interesting number for a score. 444440. Was it just 4 fours or were there 5? I lost count already. I shall go to sleep soon. Thank goodness this is the final boss. Froggy again.
Sonic and I are together. You're gonna regret this for the rest of your life.
It just goes to show Amy, Sonic is actually in love with Eggman.
Real evil is.
It's time Time to accept the facts, girl. At some point you just gotta stop, you know. There are more fish in the ocean after all. Oh! Okay. I'm dead.
I'll show you what real evil is.
I usually don't get hit by the rockets there. So I'm not sure what I did wrong, actually. Maybe I will better understand it once I watch the playback. Okay, maybe I should have done that. Use like the flight boost in the middle before I went into the speed hoop. Let's finish this guy off. Shit. I screwed up there. No. Put your shield down. Oh yeah. Nah, maybe I should have just used cream. Yeah, this is the way to go. I probably should have just used cream to get him in that first cycle. What? Why was I not able to jump right there? Was it because I had a shield? But yeah, anyway, this is really embarrassing, guys. I'm so sorry. I should not be dying this much. Not for Team Rose. So let's actually do this right this time. Let's go. Am I failing to damage him as much because I got behind him? Oh. No, I think one more cycle will have to do it. Go. Wait. Whoa. Why? You're supposed to be able to grab onto the pole that way too. I really can't trust this game sometimes. Whatever. Why is it always the easy shit? Alley-oop. Let's actually just attack him now. Yo. This might actually do it. Come on. Apparently. But no cigar. And no physics, apparently. But yeah, so that's apparently the trick. Destroy just like 2 or 3 cannons and then just this wail on them.
Dr. Eggman, please stop being bad.
Okay. Well, that's that.
Froggy!
I'm so glad for you, Cheese.
Is this the first game Chocola appeared? I don't know, actually. Who even is Chocola? Didn't see him anywhere in Sonic X. Holy cheese. So that was Team Rose. What else is to be said other than it's the easy mode of the game, indeed. Short, simple, and sweet, I guess. It is what some people argue that it is the perfect length for the stages. Because some people think that the duration of the stages in the other stories overstay their welcome. I can understand as much because maybe some people don't get as immersed in the game, so they actually pay attention to how long it takes to beat the stage. But like I said, in my case, that is hardly anything I notice. Because I genuinely have fun playing this game when I decide to sit down and just do it, you know. Because Sonic Heroes, it's a fairly simple speedy platformer. There isn't much to keep in mind of, basically. Once you've played through the game once or twice. It's just something you do to pass time. But yes. In regards to the redundant design aspect of this game, in that all of the teams have basically the same stages, understandable complaint. It is indeed unnecessary padding. But unfortunately, this problem sort of persists in modern games too. One of them being actually Fire Emblem 3 Houses. You basically go through the same missions, even when choosing 3 different houses. And at the end of the day, that's just disappointing, you know. I mean, the missions are the main missions are basically the same for the first half of the game. A little bit different for the next, for the second half. But not by that much. So maybe they should have done something with the first half of the game in terms of level design and actually add some variety to it. And I like how I'm completely ignoring talking about Sonic right now, because it is a Sonic Let's Play, but here I am talking a little bit about Fire Emblem 3 Houses. But we've just about reached the ending of the credits. And we're not done playing quite yet. As it is. Is it just me, or is Rouge's head a bit big right there in that model when compared to the others? So next time, we will be tackling Team Chaotix.
Team Chaotix offers a very unique mission-based style of gameplay.
unique might be right, but that doesn't necessarily make it a good thing. Not really a bad thing either, but you know, it's just there, I suppose. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this session with me with Team Rose. I have been Hugo the Icy Fire. And stay cool. I mean, keep a cool head and keep a hot soul. Yeah. Good night, everyone. It's been a blast. Until next time.